I'm Andrew Moran, Liberty Nation's economics editor.
Very, very rocky.
Death by government.
Drain the swamp.
Hello and welcome to another installment of Liberty Nation's Swamponomics videocast. I'm Andrew Moran, Liberty Nation's economics editor. This week, is President Donald Trump making American manufacturing great again? Since returning to the White House for a second term, Trump has attracted about $3 trillion in investments from U.S. companies, foreign entities, and governments in the Middle East. It has been astounding to watch in real time. The latest corporation is Hyundai, the South Korean automaker that plans to invest $21 billion in U.S. manufacturing, including a $5.8 billion manufacturing facility in Louisiana. This came shortly after the United Arab Emirates, or UAE, announced $1.4 trillion and Saudi Arabia confirmed $600 billion. Other companies have recently announced injecting billions into domestic manufacturing, including Johnson & Johnson, Eli Lilly, and Merck. Of course, the titans of tech have pledged to invest huge sums of money into U.S. manufacturing. NVIDIA, SoftBank, OpenAI, Oracle, and Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSMC, are each parking $100 billion in the United States. Apple also vowed to invest $500 billion over the next few years in a multifaceted approach, from building new facilities to expanding research and development. What makes this remarkable is that the new administration did not have to beg for this investment in the form of taxpayer-funded subsidies, government grants, and other corporate welfare schemes. Because the Inflation Reduction Act and CHIPS and Science Act will remain intact, these businesses will largely take advantage of some of these provisions, whether tax credits or other government grants. That said, Trumponomics 2.0 has attracted a significant injection of investment without making grandiose promises of transferring wealth from private citizens to the private sector. Meanwhile, speaking to reporters during the Hyundai press conference, Trump attributed the investments to his tariff plans. The president's tariff initiative can be summarized by this. If you manufacture your products outside of the United States and ship them into the country, you will face a tariff. However, if you make your products domestically and hire American workers, you will not pay a tariff and you could receive a lower corporate tax rate. Is this enough to appeal to companies, foreign and domestic? So far, it appears to be working. But the White House better be prepared for some roadblocks. Let's go through some of the challenges facing the current administration. First, a labor shortage. The United States is short approximately 5 to 7 million workers according to various estimates from the Bureau of Labor Statistics to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. In addition, the U.S. is short skilled labor to fill high-tech jobs, unless the president keeps the H-1B visa program, which has caused some consternation among his base. Second, the U.S. dollar. While the greenback has erased all of its post-election gains, the U.S. dollar still remains elevated against other currencies. The strengthening buck can be an issue for the United States since it makes its products in the global economy more expensive, which could reduce foreign demand. Third, price inflation. One of the reasons why inflation remained stable before President Joe Biden's term was that U.S. consumers had stronger purchasing power on the world stage. A strengthening buck mixed with cheap foreign goods made with inexpensive labor meant that the nation's imports were affordable, improving Americans' standard of living. However, now that more goods, in theory, will be produced in the United States, costs from labor to components will be more expensive, adding to long-term price pressures. Fourth, manufacturing will need a complete overhaul. Gone are the days of the men in overalls carrying their lunch boxes that their housewives made. Instead, like China, these factories need to be automated with greater capacity and acceleration. How this squares with American labor will be a balancing act for both corporate America and the America First agenda. So are tariffs the answer to America's problems? It is hard to fight the results so far since Trump is getting everything he wants by employing the trade instrument, both economically and in geopolitics. Can the president sustain this momentum? Of course, a lot more needs to happen to fully rejuvenate America's manufacturing base, and the American people will need to participate in this transition. The public needs to save more to free up capital investment. The government needs to spend a lot less to, once again, free up capital investment. The government also needs to take a chainsaw to regulations. Consumers need to spend less, and interest rates need to be higher. Will Trump make American manufacturing great again? He is off to a strong start, but this is a marathon rather than a 100-meter dash. That's it for me this week. Please read my full Swamponomics column on the pages of LibertyNation.com, and be sure to check out my previous Swamponomics TV videos and interviews. Liberty Nation does not endorse candidates or campaigns or legislation, and this presentation is no endorsement. Thank you. I'm Andrew Moran, Liberty Nation's economics editor.
Very, very rocky.
Death by government.
Drain the swamp.